I had so many ideas for this week's video. I have this wheel, which is now equipped with the Grizzly bumpers, the Begode Falcon, looking awesome. I'm planning to do a video with that at some point. I have the Begode M105. Yeah, I'm still testing this little pocket rocket, but I don't have yet the footage to make the review. I have a couple plans on sort of compilation videos I could do about UCs, but for some reason I'm just like, it's so tough to do. I feel like I'm hitting a glass wall. As someone who has been so into UCs for the last, 5 years, and now I'm discovering so many, physical activities and the limitations I have on electric vehicles, it's just tough to bring myself to do stuff as I used to do. So I guess let me tell you more about it. Wrong way. Look, I don't really know where this video is heading. I guess it will be a little bit similar to my past videos where I talk about exercise, bikes. I even bought myself a pedal unicycle now. I have a scooter for testing too. At some point there'll be a scooter review. And now I just look at all those things in such a different perspective. For some reason I just can't bring myself to, make all of the cool footage again with the selfie stick and do some tricks, because I have trouble finding joy in this. And really I have trouble to recommend those things with my whole heart and tell you that yes, this will actually better your life. I'm sure that this video is not really sort of good for the algorithm, and it's not, a catchy review of the new fastest, highest voltagest wheel out there. And I'm sure some of you will go into the comment section and say, oh, what is he on about again? Why is he unhappy again? So feel free to do that if you want to. Like, I don't mind it. I'm here for all kinds of critique. With that said, I'm really having trouble to form my thoughts here, because I ride electric unicycles every once in a while now as to do reviews and, test some stuff on those vehicles and, promote some accessories which are very much needed for electric unicycles. And I'm sure that for many of you and for many riders that watch my channel, this is still, your preferred mode of transportation. And I totally get that, but I just really have, but because I have this YouTube channel and I share with you what's going on in my heart, in my brain, I have trouble just to sort of do this work without passion, so to speak. I don't even know if this video makes sense, but yeah, I just go out now, and if I want to go somewhere, I want to have at least a little bit of exercise, and that's when I take the bike. I'll probably buy an e-bike too, or get one for tests. And when I go on the electric unicycle, I feel like I'm tensing up. I'm discovering sort of things that I didn't discover for a long time because I was riding UCs all the time, everywhere. And yeah, I needed to stretch my hips a lot to get those back into shape. I needed to walk a lot and not ride to enjoy walking again. I needed to realize that, hey, I don't have to take the elevator if I don't have an EUC, because I can just walk up and down it. The EUCs are usually heavy. And with all of those things, this exercise, this fun that I have, the bikes, even a pedal unicycle, I rode this for 5 kilometers. The satisfaction and like my life happiness is just like skyrocketing. And I still use the UC sometimes to go, fast in between places. But I know that I can replace that with an e-bike. And even with the electric scooter that I've used recently, the Kingsong N14 Pro, I will make a review on it because it's kind of an interesting subject to me to go back into electric scooters after such a long break. I'm enjoying that too in a very different way than I used to back in the day when I was reviewing scooters, because I have it locked at 25 kilometers an hour, and now I consider it as a sort of bus or as a means of transportation that is somewhat comfortable, but I feel like I don't tense up on it as much as I am tensing up on the electric unicycles, because here I'm holding it with my legs. I need to lean forward. I feel it in my calves. I feel it in different parts of the body, while on the scooter, I'm just chilling. Although, you know, scooters is their own separate category. I still prefer to ride a bike or an e-bike, but I enjoy this thing in a very different way than I used to. So I don't know, there's just a lot of, I don't know, there's just a lot of thoughts in this video, and I feel it might be very not watchable. So I apologize about that. But, you know, sometimes you might just not know what to do, and you just press record and you share your thoughts. And for some reason in this week's video, this is what is happening. And I apologize if this is like not watchable and not followable at all. But feel free to also tell me what you think about this, because I have been in sort of detox of UCs for a while now, and now I, you know, enjoy different means of transportation. I have more movement. I talked about it already for a while, but I'm curious if you had such a journey too, or if you ever tried to, you know, sort of go back and do some other things, or if you're just like 100% into UCs, or if you just use it for commuting because it's small and comfortable. I'm curious how your sort of relation with UCs has evolved over the years. Because, you know, with a Falcon or with the M10-5, I feel like it's great for commuting, and it's still, you know, lightweight and somewhat manageable. It won't hit you so much. But I feel like the other big UCs, they have just like become dirt bikes. And now if I look at myself and I ride an X-Way or a Blitz, I feel like it's a, you know, it's a Citroen without the front wheel, which is also fun, and there's a place for it. But I'm just like, I feel there is a little bit of an element of sport in there, but also it's heavy and not as much sport as it could be, like on a bike or running or climbing or whatever. And I'm sort of falling out of grace of this sort of dirt bike element to electric unicycles, and that they're, you know, super fast. I prefer really going slow and cautiously in a city, and off-road I can, you know, push myself a bit more. But then again, because they're so heavy and they just have one tire, and, you know, they can really rip through the trails, they might destroy them just a little bit more than an e-bike would. But it also depends, because e-bikes can also like spin and throw out the dirt, and most of the time UCs have grip, but definitely they will rip up trails more than a usual bike, just a bicycle, period. And in terms of jumps, I just don't have the same amount of flow that I have when I have gravity on my side. But, you know, I'm sort of going back into a video that I recorded a while back. With that said, I guess I just wanted to share with you how I feel and how I am in this sort of electric world, and that, you know, things can change and you might reconsider things that are important to you. But for me personally, the big trouble is that I make money off of it. And I am promoting electric unicycles. Even in this video, like, this thing is here. And for a lot of people, yes, it might be a good choice. But then again, you might also have a different choice, which might be even better. And there I have a conflict of interest, because I make money off promoting said vehicles. But what happens if I don't really feel like promoting them? I need to change my job. And this is what I have been doing for the past 5 years. And I'm an EUC influencer. And sadly, I don't have any higher education. Maybe that's something that I will start this or next year. We'll see. I don't know. But because I sort of placed my whole career around this, like, in a way I need to continue doing this, but in another way I feel sort of conflicted with myself, because I'd rather share with you something different than that. And would anyone would really be interested into watching that, because I don't have a following in different categories. So I don't know, it's just difficult for me. It's just difficult for me with those videos. I need and I will do the necessary reviews that I still need to do with the M10-5, for example, because that's a wheel that Bigote sent me. I still didn't do any video on it. It was breaking a lot, but, you know, now it's fine. I just want to make videos that I'm happy to release for you, and at the same time I make money off, and I'm just not sure if I'm able to pull this off. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe this video doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe it's hard to follow, but at this point, it's the best I can do, and I'm sorry about that. On the plus side, I'm very happy. I'm very happy about, my physique, about how I'm feeling, about my private life, about, the decisions I make. But it's also very difficult and very tough for me to keep going with a lot of costs that I have into running this business, because I have taxes to pay, I have health insurance to pay. I bought a freaking car last year just to take EUCs with me on trips that I still need to pay off now, and I can't sell it now because the prices of cars are going down. And I want to get like a reasonable price for it, like a reasonable amount of money back. And I live in this place that I got, so I'm alone, so I can record a video at any point and I can work on my UCs. And then once you come to some realizations that this might be not it, and you want to do other stuff, it's just tough to do this change and to embrace it. And I made this separate channel, Abundance, which is already running. But at the same time, I need to complete all of these other things. And then I can't bring myself to do them. And this is frustrating me too. Then I had some other videos about my favorite off-road EUCs or commuter EUCs. I have all of this knowledge. I don't know, guys. Weird. Maybe you can help me out with that. With that said, this is a confusing video. Maybe you enjoyed it, maybe not. And I guess next week I'll drop you the M105 review. Maybe we'll do some live streaming. Maybe then my words will make a bit more sense. But if you're still here, I guess leave a like. Like, you can leave a dislike too if it was a bad video. On the video, comment what you think about. Do you have any thoughts about this, really? Am I just a confused wrong way to you? And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Weird.